I absolutely am. So now that we're back outside, we just went through this whole adventure to get this thing, and do we actually know what to do with it?
We heard word. If you paid attention to some of the stuff the dwarves were talking about, it's either the dwarves or somebody in like Melmon that mentioned that if they had a stone that had the capability of floating, or like a levy stone, they could get an airship of some kind.
Okay.
And then supposedly there's something buried. Actually,
in the desert?
Yeah, I actually don't recall if somebody specifically calls out the desert as an area.
Do we even know of any deserts?
We do.
There is one whole desert, but the other one's not named.
Say goodbye to the boat forever.
I think we can shave our trip some. Because with the canoe, we can do this. As little sense as that makes.
Well, I guess technically we're entering a river.
Get off the boat, onto the canoe.
Yep, say goodbye to the boat forever. Because we walk out to the desert.
Well, I'm lost.
We go like, hey guys, let's use this stone that we got. That does something.
How do we know to do this? Don't worry about it.
I feel like plenty of people talked enough about it. You go like, oh, there's something in the desert. And we get the first airship in the entire franchise!
Oh, heck yeah!
Yeah!
Look at that sweet, sweet Mode 7 scrolling.
On this fancy computer.
On this fancy NES game.
I think what was better is that when you, in the original NES one, when you got out here, you just like used the stone, and like the next thing you knew, you were just floating and immediately up in the air. So you just walked out in the desert, and next thing you know, you're in the airship, and you're like, woo! Nothing stops me now.
I want to express how much I love the old Final Fantasy airship design, where it's literally just a boat with propellers sticking out of the top of it. I love it. It's goofy and dumb, but great.
You know what the best part is, too? Is that by just a month, because Final Fantasy came out a month before Dragon Quest III in Japan, this was, I don't think it was the first, but of the big two in Japan, this was the first one to have air travel. Because Dragon Quest III would do air travel, but Final Fantasy got there a month early, so off we go.
And the world is our oyster. We can land and get out wherever we want. So all this space in the northern half of the map that we had no access to before because there were no ports, we can now go up here to anywhere. See that? We can land there and go in and probably die.
Probably.
But see those holes? We can land and jump in and probably die.
Ooh, a town. I want to go there first.
We could.
We will. Unfortunately, the thing is that the airship can only land in fields, so anything like poison marshes... I don't even think I actually fought a saber-tooth.
I am not ready at all to look up this guy.
Well, you're gonna have to skip a couple chapter 2, because I want to do something for funsies beforehand. Nope. Keep going. Keep going.
That's the tiger.
Once more. Probably the field ones.
Whenever we get to it. No, it's not going to be in there. Saber-tooth tiger. 200 HP, 24 to 48 AP, 843 experience, 500 G. No other notable qualities.
And just as a reminder, the reason we need the airship here is because all the docks up here in the north were destroyed, so that's why we can't land the ship anywhere.
That was a plot reason.
Yep.
That the guys told us about before.
That was the important reason and everything. All this magic area. What is that? Now let's explore the new town of
Onrak.
Onrak.
Yeah,
Onrak.
Where the heck is this town?
It's a well. It looks like you could climb inside, but you can't. Really.
Please stop trying.
Please, yes, please do.
The children are crying. Please stop.
Look at my legs, aren't they wonderful?
You concern me, friend.
I guess you do have legs.
You sure do.
You ever hear a thing called oxale?
Nope.
What is oxale? Oxale sounds like a future air drink of some kind. Like, oh, oxale. I love getting drunk off of fresh air. They say the shrine sank into the sea 200 years ago. Now there are mermaids living there, or so the story goes.
I don't know, I think there's a mermaid living here.
Why would you think that?
She just seemed overly focused on her legs.
That Underhill fellow from the caravan had something very weird for sale. Okay. By not drinking. Is it Cope? Cope?
Mm.
Well, it can't be Cope, because who wants to mingle with Cope?
I'd say Cape, but who knows?
A shining thing fall out of the sky. Neat.
I like shining things.
Yep. I mean, this is a nice looking
Still a
place.
nice village. You should see this one place we went to.
I mean, the graves aren't exactly, but you know, what place doesn't have graves? Why, yes, they're glamorous, aren't they?
Yeah, why yes, they are.
Work them out every day.
So we can buy the next level magic here, so that's pretty spiffy.
Ooh. But wait, he can't use Saber.
Hmm.
What does this mean by not being able to use Saber? There must be a meaning behind that. I'll hold off on blind. I don't know if I like blind. Most like blind like this.
Ah. Honestly, at this point, a lot of... You can just...
We will get Healaka. I don't know about Null Death.
No, I just love the idea of a spell called Null Death.
Could have used it last time.
Just... Huh, Null Death. I'm alive. Yes, I have nullified your death.
A caravan to the west, you say? That sounds like an interesting place to go to hither for.
Do we have to?
Well, I said go to hither for, so yes we have. What you're new.
Hi.
You have the look of a warrior about you. I'm a warrior myself.
I mean, yeah, you're a dragon. I'd like to think...
On a pilgrimage to the Citadel of Trials to earn the recognition of the Dragon King. I must return with a token proving my strength and courage.
Who's this Dragon King?
Yeah, where's this Dragon King you're talking about?
And is it someone I have to murder?
I hope not.
Do I have to murder you?
I like riches. I am an adventurer, and I like the one time they actually point out the fact that you're an adventurer like halfway into the end of Stormblood is that one dungeon where they go like, there's like all these Alamegan riches, you want to go plunder it? It's like, what are they gonna do? Ghost us to death that you kill so many ghosts? And it's like, heck yeah, I'm an adventurer, treasure! Warrior of light I might be, but I heard treasure! I think they're just called the Lufans. I don't know why they go Sky People speak Lufan.
That's a real nice... That's a real nice graphic on that water fountain.
It is. It's kind of like saying, there used to be a race of people known as Lufians. They speak Sky People. Hey! We know that guy.
Rosetta Stone.
Isn't
what are you
that
talking about? We just sell that at the store. You can just go buy one.
Isn't that a I almost said Pokemon attack. I was like, oh, don't say it. Don't say it, Ogre. You'll make everyone mad. Just say Digimon and get it over with. Isn't that a Digimon attack?
Rosetta Stone.
Now listen, if I really wanted to twist a knife, I'd go like, isn't that an attack from a less popular Mon series?
It's Cape.
You want to hear about a shiny object I saw? I think it fell somewhere near the... Don't know why I gave him this accent. I think it fell somewhere to the north, near the waterfall to the north. Now, if I can interest you in these watches here. Oh, a mechanical creature.
That's not at all what I was expecting. Cool! It's a
How?
barrel marine.
Do we have glue in this universe?
Oh, I'm sure they
Do
got
we have
something.
solvent or some? Well, no, solvent would get rid of the glue. What am I thinking? I'm thinking, what? Is it glue I'm thinking of? It has to fill in the surfaces so like air and water can't leak in and out.
I mean, they had ways to make things watertight.
Yeah, it's like a sealant, I think I'm thinking
Yeah.
of.
I'm sure they had something. I'm sure not as sophisticated as what we have, but... Well, yeah, that'll happen. You're in a barrel.
Oh, but I wanted to go underwater and do stuff.
Look, it's fine. I can hold my breath for... What's my constitution?
It's 1 plus your constitution modifier.
Yeah, what's my constitution?
0.
Dang.
So 1 minute. And you have to fight the emerald weapon underneath, too. Oh no! And the prom's tomorrow! Well, I would, but apparently I can't go down there right now.
Yeah, lady's being a jerk about her barrel.
Where's this Dragon King at? Citadel of Trials. There was that one castle that we went past that looked interesting.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't get too involved.
What? Remoraz?
Remoraz.
Remoraz.
Isn't that a Pokemon?
Remoraid.
That was close.
What? I mean, that's a fish. These things are centipedes.
Oh boy, I'm never gonna find these guys.
I mean, if you find them before I kill them, I applaud you. I can't applaud you now. I've already killed them. At least we got a level up out of
I
it.
found a dinosaur. I found somebody named Evil Man.
It always kills me that you gotta keep going through this. That's the thing.
Holy crap, this is like an endgame.
This is endgame. You're like at the end chapter.
No, this is like literally... end. I must have missed it.
We probably did. I just always like the fact that there are like dragons in D&D, and it's like, oh, dragons, they're mythical, I get that. And then there's like, here's a dinosaur, and it's like, oh, hold up, what? What do you mean there's a dinosaur? There's a dragon here. They're the same thing.
Like, you had me right up until the T-Rex. I don't know about that one.
It's like, no, I don't care about the scientific accuracy of the dinosaur and what family it's in. They're basically a dragon, but more physical. Somehow.
Now hold on while I go kill this beholder real quick.
Oh, I don't care about the semantics of that. It's just that you have dragons and then dinosaurs, and I'm like, corporate told me to find the difference between these two, and they're the same thing.
Nope, not one. Oh, is it one of you? No.
It's like everything but stamina refuses to level up at
Darn
all.
it, Hubert.
Oh, stuck there. Oh, hey, here's that forest. That's probably where that caravan's at. Oh, there's the waterfall. Let's land. Ah! And so much for our airship.
Alright, well, I can't find it, so whatever. And this is some
Yes.
open music, though.
See, there's that citadel.
Yeah.
Got it! Listen, I'm pulling a U. I'm exploring everywhere but where I need to go.
Hey, that's the best way to do it.
Because there was a town up here. I'm gonna go into the town.
Yeah, I cannot find that friggin' place.
This is Gaia. Outsiders often call our town the Eye of the Hawk. To our south is an ancient city known as the Wing of the Hawk. And if you go out and you check the map, you see he's 100% correct. We're right there where there's an eye and where a hawk's eye would be. And it's like, aw, son of a...
And together the populace is known as the Band of the Hawk.
No.
And then I murdered everyone in the town.
No. I don't want to be associated with an asshole. And Griffith. Wait, who's the asshole in this equation? Pig. It's
I found it. No, wait, no, that's the fire guy. You mean Puck?
Well, Puck's kind of an asshole.
Oh, no, was it the... No, it's not that guy. I found like 4 different centipedes.
Oh, finally we get Brazaga. Oh, there's Break. I'll hold off on that for later. But I can't buy it right now. I mean, no, I just meant in Berserk in general. Just pick a character, they're probably an asshole.
Yeah, mostly.
I mean, even Guts. It took forever for Guts to realize, maybe I should be nice to people.
Yeah,
Even if they're gonna die horribly, I should be nice to them.
Well, honestly, Guts was a jerk, and then he wasn't, and then he was, and now he's not again. Mostly it comes down to trauma and family.
That too. I like how it's Kiraja. I can't learn it, but it also says fully restores one ally's HP and cures some status effects. I'm like, wait, when did Kiraja ever do that? I mean, at some point we're gonna have to do an RPG that doesn't involve bringing up Berserk at some point. But
Good
when I play a class whose sword finally became the Dragon Slayer sword, I'm going to do that. I will never change my Dark Knight weapon unless it's specifically another cool sword, because I've always wanted a fucking sword like that.
I really cannot find it. I give up.
Yes, we don't have fly in this version. Wizards don't get that. Is it not in the back? I mean...
Well,
like,
I mean, there's the monster list, but I don't know what it was called.
just like, try it with the R's. Maybe it had something like a Remor or something.
Nope.
No R's?
All the R's are red something except for the rock gold.
Yeah, there's a ferry up north. A castle to the west that tests your courage. That sounds kind of interesting. Maybe I'll check that out at some point. I like this lady who's just going around. It's like, I saw a shining light fly off to the west in the night sky. I know I saw it! It's like, ma'am, I'm just visiting.
I'm just passing by, lady.
I got here just a bit ago.
Ma'am, this is a Wendy's.
Ma'am, I'm an adventurer. Darn. If only somebody in this party were a Makote.
Dang.
It's a lot for cat claws. Oh boy. Double oh boy.
Getting expensive.
Yeah. Do I want to get any of these right now? Because I like the Protect ring, because it's a ring that guards against insta-death.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, we'll do that. And then we'll just buy one ruby armlet. Who will be the lucky person to get the ruby armlet? Eeny, meeny, miny, me. It's me. I get it.
I'm still just trying to find this stupid thing.
I think it's gonna go to the Black Mage, considering the Black Mage is the one who casts the spell to make the people fall down, but also has, like, the defense of a really wet donut. Like,
Man, cat.
man, is that donut, like, really wet. Like, somebody left it out in the rain, and the pigeons picked at it, and it's just...
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, that is rough, buddy.
That's rough, buddy.
And there's people probably yelling at me, goes like, why don't you sell off that equipment you don't use? And I'm like, yeah, but it is the one-time only equipment that I just can't get ever. It's like, I don't need ice armor anymore. I don't need this ice brand. I don't need this ice shield. But they're one-of-a-kind items, and I want to keep them, so back off. I have infinite space. This is a new modern game. I do what I want. Hey. Special water called Oxel.
Ooh.
Gushes from the bottom of their spring. But only wait, wasn't there a fairy up there? Oh, hey, there's more magic places.
I about thought he said gushes from our bottoms, and I'm like, I don't want any.
Well, how do you think you breathe underwater? You fart a lot. Hey. My white mage can't learn any of these spells, and also they are expensive. Also, we get holy finally.
Oh, about time.
But we can't learn any of them. What do you give us? Stop. Warp. Kill!
Kill.
I cannot for the life of me not see this spell name and not think of, oh, what's his face? I just had his name. Crown Prince guy really has a hard-on for us, wants to end the world so he can have one final battle with us. Killed his dad, so we have one thing in common.
God dang it. God dang it.
I remembered Vothri's name, and then his name, Xenos.
Xenos.
Yeah, Xenos, yeah. I cannot see...
Oh, friggin' everybody would have railed us for that one.
How can we not...
How can we not remember Xenos?
How can we not remember the main villain of the entire Final Fantasy XIV game? Because he has that one tank buster, and he just goes, KILL! And then he just, like, swipes at you 3 times.
Oh, yeah.
But the fun fact is, he actually swipes in that direction, so if you pass through him, he just swipes and misses you. It's like, I found that out. Because I can never time it right. The problem is that it is a cleave, so if you accidentally mistime it, he cleaves everyone else behind him if you do that. But if you time it just right, you can walk through him as he snaps into place and avoid all 3 hits. But it's just... It's the same thing with sloppy. It's just like, you can't hear sloppy without your mind going like, sloppy. So it's just like, kill! The power to transcend!
Okay, so unless that was an enemy that we encountered much earlier in the game, that they just kind of put in a later game area, that enemy ain't in here. Like, it's just not. The last centipede you run into is the Pede, which we ran into in the volcano.
Oh, I caught the fairy, so I figure she's mine to do with as I please. What's the big deal? Stab. Oh, you'll never find out that I sold her to the caravan. Oh, dang it. Stab. Well, I guess that's what we're doing next at some point.
Gotta go find that caravan.
But I also want to know what this castle ordeals is about.
We got options, some of which will murder us.
So many options. Some of which are options.
Some of which are better ideas than others.
But I also heard about this town to the south, so I kind of want to go that way. They
did go check out all the towns.
Yeah. They... If only I had the ability to cast a spell to go back to every town, but instead I got a flying ship. They did say that we can't probably understand them, but we'll see how that goes.
It'll be a good time.
Roasting my balls up in this room. Oh my god, it's really hot.
Well, let's explore this town and call it.
Air conditioning, why don't you kick on right now?
I mean, it doesn't because this is a closed room.
Please, for God's sake.
And the rest of the house is relatively cool.
Why did I wear 2 shirts?
It's just 2 people and two running computers in a closed room.
I have to go shopping after this, and it's really hot in here. I'm dying, my sperm count is going down. Not that I use it that much. Oh, there's the town. Let's see if I can make it in.
We did it. We found a town.
Cool, I made it in. Lupo Gamhai Yoho? Okay, we may have...
Okay, you're gonna have to cut it with that foreign speak.
We speak American English in this fantasy setting here. And if you play it in a different country, they speak Japanese.
What color was that Pede that I can't find?
Green.
Green? Crap. The best I can find is it's the Great Pede. That's all I got.
I think that might have been it.
And that's something we encountered Wow, that was in the ice cave, actually.
That might have been just a misplacement thing. Ooh, full life. But I can't learn it.
Yeah, at least these shop owners speak English.
You really think they would have programmed it to have been able to, but... And flare.
It would be funny if you talked to them and they just went like, and then showed you the list anyway.
Showed you the list, but it was also garbled up. Like, the money made no sense. There was a K in it, and you were like, what? How is a K a number? Don't start with that, that stands for 1,000. It's like, that makes sense. Okay, we may have wasted our time on this one.
But that's fine.
It's exploring. What do you expect me to do?
We've got a lot of places, a lot of options.
I'm the kind of guy who hangs out with people who go like, here's the main quest, and here's a quest to find a missing dog.
Ooh.
Wyverns.
Okay, them I've seen before. In my grand quest to find the other thing.
Yeah, the grand quest to memorize all the bestiary to find one centipede.
I don't know when that I found this thing.
I also love the fact their tongues are like... Listen, this living one's not gonna like this tongue vodka.
Wyvern, 212 HP, 30 to 60 AP. They PO you, 1173 experience, 50G. Classified as dragon, strong against cake.
They can poison you?
Yep.
Wow.
With a regular attack.
Do wyverns do that indeed? I know there's poison. Listen, there's a roulette wheel of dragons. We're fall time. It kinda is close to that. God, it's hard to keep a beat hands off. I mean, it's D&D. You get a roulette wheel dragon type, so there's always like a poison dragon. I guess that's what the wyvern is.
Yeah, who knows. Anyway, we're in a boat, and that is going to do it for today.
We're in a boat that's technically an airship.
We're in a boat in the sky.
So we heard about this place. I believe that's the trial place and everything, but there's only one section we haven't explored, and it's a bunch of holes in the ground.
I don't like them.
No, sir, I don't like them. So we'll explore them next time on Final Fantasy Z, because this was the only one. Right? I mean, it would be kind of weird if this game...
Yeah, there was no, like...
I mean, it would be kind of weird if this game series called Final Fantasy, that was only called Final Fantasy because they needed a word that started with an F, had, like, I don't know, 15 sequels to it and various other spin-offs.
That would be weird.
And one anime, like, only 2 people remember, and it's these people in this room right here. Well, technically, the one anime that we remember, then there's an OVA that's based off of the 5th game that in this theoretical idea that I'm thinking of.
And then there was a CG movie that everybody hated.
There were 2 CG movies everyone hated. One that was so bad almost tanked the company to where Enix was like, hold up, we'll wait until you settle up and then we'll buy you. And then the second one, which was like, everyone was like, I don't know, I think we're getting a little too into Final Fantasy VII. That theoretically doesn't exist in this joke that I'm making up. And then they did a remake that's split up into like how many other episodes they're gonna do, and everyone's like, woo! And I'm sitting here going like, I mean, I wanted a Final Fantasy game that didn't have an R-word slur in there, but, you know, that's just me.
The helix of my life! Endless white!
What's that from?